and feeling great. A very warm welcome to all our guests to a new episode of Light of Knowledge. We have been on this amazing journey of going from challenges to the truth about ourselves, which is the true self that we are. We are really privileged. We have Dr. Satish Gupta with us again today. Om Shanti, Doctor. And Dr. Satish Gupta, like you remember, had told us that we are not just humans, but we are human beings. Human is our outer self and the being is our true inner self. And connected to this outer self are three aspects. Doctor, you had told us about the roles. You had told us that the outer self is the body, the roles and the material. Could we elaborate on this today?
Yes. So the human being, human,
yes,
word coming from humus, Latin word which means soil. Soil has got I inside it.
Yes.
Right. I means I-ness and minus,
yes,
ego and attachment.
Yes.
And this is our outer self.
That's the outer self.
Soil, this body.
The body.
The body, the role, the material.
The material.
Three aspects to this outer self.
And very interestingly, Doctor, we have been relating to these as my identity.
Yes, that's what ego and attachment.
Ego, yes.
We are attaching to this, and this is my ego, right?
Right.
This is I am.
This is who I
am. This is my body language, right?
Yes.
This is how I look.
Yes.
Six-pack body, like this, and walking, and the muscular body. We just talk about that.
We talk about the
role.
external.
I'm so and so. I'm a big businessman. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm this. I'm this.
I'm an IT professional.
Yeah, either a superiority complex or an inferiority complex.
Yes.
I'm a male, I'm a female, right?
So true. We keep swinging
material,
between
again,
inferior and
material. I have this, I have a Audi with me, and I'm just on foot, right?
Right.
So just that way, that is how we are relating with this, right?
Yes.
Our lives. And the cause of all the diseases of mind and body is this outer self-consciousness.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get attached to this body, this role, the material.
Right.
That, because this is unstable.
And it
is unstable, right?
Yes.
It is unstable. Body is unstable. Today it is very good.
Today I'm beautiful.
Happens,
tomorrow
happens.
I may just something happens and I start feeling
I become ill.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's unstable.
It's so unstable.
Yeah. It's and then keeps on changing all the time.
Keeps on changing.
Right. It's full of insecurity.
Full of insecurity.
Yeah. And then the role is also unstable. Insecurity. Material is also unstable.
Right. Yes.
Today share market has gone down.
So I go down with the share market. I am a CEO, so I'm, and the stock market you said is going well, so I'm high.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Today
low.
My reputation in the city is very good.
Yes.
Something happens tomorrow and my reputation goes down, nosedives.
So true.
Right?
Right. I think we have just hit the point, Doctor. Yeah. This is what is the problem for the youth today.
So this is all leading to this. All three, they increase our ego, right? When I am on the top,
right,
ego increases, right? And then depression comes in.
Depression comes in.
Attachment increases my attachments,
right?
And then attachments,
go down.
When I have that, then I feel sorrow about it.
Right.
Depression comes.
I can totally agree with this, Doctor, because I'm from the from the film industry, and there we usually see that, okay, today I'm doing really well, there's so much work, I'm being appreciated, and tomorrow somebody defames me and I go down and I'm depressed.
You have a hit, box office hit, and one day you're up, and next movie your nose dives.
Yes.
It doesn't even takes care of its cost.
So what's the mechanism here, Doctor, that I can remain stable?
Yes.
Irrespective.
So that is what the thing is, that this outer self-consciousness is unstable and insecure, and the inner self-conscious, being conscious.
The soul conscious.
The soul conscious, which is eternal, right? Eternal, right? And it doesn't change. It's full of security.
Yeah.
Right? Full of security. Stable, right?
And stable.
Okay. Whenever you are outer self-conscious, what happens? It brings on this outer self-conscious, this insecurity, the fear, the very word dis-ease, dis-ease, we call it disease, right? The real word is dis-ease.
Okay, yes.
Loss of ease,
yes.
right?
Loss
of ease.
Ease and dis-ease.
When you are unstable, when you have insecurity,
yes.
When you fear, then there is a dis-ease inside in the mind.
In the mind.
Right?
But doctor, if the soul is something which is really comfortable, from where does this dis-ease come into the?
That's what I'm saying. When you become attached to your body, your
okay,
role,
something which is not permanent.
Body, which is not permanent.
Yes.
When that attached to your body, something happening here, you keep on looking in the mirror. What has happened? Some the blood pressure goes up and down, diabetes, heart disease.
And we can see how many beauty
joints.
Salons and gyms and malls we have today.
So then, when you attach to the body, my role, I'm a doctor, I'm so and so, I'm at this position. I want to be there all the time,
right?
By hook or crook. Right?
Yes.
And so then that. And then similarly material, I want to just hold on to.
Yes, and we are constantly wanting to keep acquiring more and more. I'm not happy with one car. I want 2 cars. I want more
because my friend has 2 cars.
Yes.
And I want to change my car because that person has comparison and competition. That brings on comparison and competition.
Right.
So now just this insecurity, another thing so dis-ease, right? So first is mental dis-ease,
which
comes in. And then that leads to physical dis-ease in the body.
Right. And
mental dis-ease leads to disease in the mind.
Right.
Lack of sleep.
Depression. Hypertension.
Depression. Phobias.
Doctor, the phobias are also because of the outer consciousness that I have.
Schizophrenia.
Right.
Too much thoughts increase because of this. And then what is happening? You must have heard about 5 vices.
The 5 vices, yes.
You must have heard about it. The 5 vices are nothing but manifestation of this insecurity.
Okay.
Right?
Right. And the vices seem to be growing day by day.
Vices, we usually say lust, anger, greed, attachment and ego.
Yes.
So what are they? Basically, these are nothing but manifestations of insecurity.
Fear.
Fear.
Of losing something.
The word bimari, in India we call it bimari.
Bimari.
Dis-ease is called as bimari.
Bimari.
B word means, B means fear, Mari means constancy of.
Okay.
We have constancy of fear in your consciousness, in the mind, then we have a hormonal orchestra inside the body.
Okay.
There is a hypothalamus.
That's a very interesting phase you said, Doctor.
Yes,
hormonal orchestra.
The control room of 2 brains, right and left brain, is hypothalamus.
Right.
Below that is a pituitary gland, the master gland of the body.
Yes.
And behind this is a pineal gland, and that is for the sleep. Pituitary is the master gland. Then you have a thyroid gland, which is the energy meter.
Okay.
Then parathyroid decides our how much strong our bones are. Right? Okay. Then pancreas, how much insulin is available from that gland, so that it controls our blood sugar, energy levels. Then we have the adrenals to face the challenges, daily challenges of life, which releases steroids, cortisols, right?
Cortisol.
And then we have gonads, the male and female glands.
Right.
So these are 7 glands.
All this is controlled. The glands are controlled.
This is all controlled by the thoughts. So when you have insecurity, fear, this hormonal orchestra goes haywire.
Yes.
Life becomes a chaos.
And you had said there's something called the team.
Yeah.
The thought, emotion, attitude, and memories. So the entire thing goes dysfunctional.
Haywire. So this music, the life becomes a distress. Life becomes a noise. Life becomes a chaos.
Right. So that brings me to also think that maybe the solution to all our problems lies in the inner self.
Yes. So once you have this outer self consciousness, then these 5 vices come in. They are manifestation of these insecurity, this fear.
This fear.
Because then you want to have attachment with someone, right? As I told you, the ego, the soil means ego and attachment. Right? First thing is ego.
The I-ness and minus.
First thing is ego, right?
Yes.
Second thing is attachment, right?
Attachment.
That comes because of insecurity. Ego comes because of insecurity, right? I have this, I have this, I have this. So that I create a comfort zone around me, right?
Right.
And whatever I acquire, that leads to ego.
Ego.
And whatever people are inside in that area, that leads to attachment.
Attachment.
Right? Okay. And whatever things are with me in that area, in that comfort zone, I develop that makes us greedy, right?
Greedy, yes.
Greed is for the articles.
For things,
for things,
for
right?
things,
for non-living things, right?
Right.
And the attachment is for the living beings, right?
Right. But
The
doctor,
relatives.
what does the youth do today? Because the society is driven so much by materialism
That's what it
and
is.
the outer self.
That's how the younger ones are getting hypertension at a younger age, diabetes at a younger age, heart attacks at a younger age,
True.
asthmas at a younger age, bone problems at a younger age, the GERD, acidity, hyperacidity at a younger age, abdominal, the GI problems, the tummy
Yes,
problems at a
yes.
younger age, almost everything which
At
you never used to hear. Cancers at a younger age,
Younger age.
recurrent infections, nose, the colds and coughs,
Everything.
skin problems, allergies,
Right.
graying of hairs, right?
Yes.
At a younger age,
At a young
no hairs at a younger age. Right?
Yes. All that is, they used to say, if you think
depression
too
at a
much,
younger
if you're
age.
taking too much tension, your hair is.
Depression, lack of sleep, which people supposed to sleep like kings, and they sleep like beggars.
Right.
So that is what was happening.
True.
So this is the whole thing is this, right? So ego, attachment, greed, and then comes the anger. When you have that in the comfort zone, anyone tries to interfere, anyone
And
tries to enter my comfort zone, touches my greedy, for which I have greed, for which I have attachment.
Right.
That's like anger is like a sort of, we try to protect that comfort zone
We
by
try to protect
getting angry.
that. Right.
And the lust, for people
Yes.
I am attached to, I like.
I like. And again, that's very external.
External. So this is how these 5 vices come in.
And this has an effect on the relationships
Yes.
also. I think it affects my personal relationship with myself also.
Yes. Because then these 5 vices, they are responsible for negative mental tendencies. Like for ego leads to time pressure, work pressure, pressure of perfection, right? Because I have a certain standard.
Yeah.
with
Doctor,
that
you
ego.
said time pressure.
Time pressure,
What is that
work pressure,
exactly?
I am always under pressure of time. I am short of time.
Okay,
I
I'm
want to-
always hurrying. I have to finish so many things.
Hurry sickness.
Yeah. Okay.
Time pressure, work pressure, pressure of perfection. I want the things to be done in this way.
And and no other, that's my comfort zone again.
Again comfort zone. And then that is called as type A behavior. Right?
Okay.
So at the same time, I want to do so many things.
So type A is basically anxious, a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, a person who is always aggressive, pressure of time, pressure of work, perfectionist, very punctual, very regular.
This is what we all are becoming, doctor. I think we all are becoming type A.
Yeah. So this is now, it has been seen that almost 90% of people are type A now.
Yes.
And that type A behavior is the very most important cause of all these problems, the hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, all lifestyle related problems,
Right.
stress related diseases, or we also call it psychosomatic diseases,
Yes.
right? So type A behavior, and the competition, the comparison is nature of
It's
this
very
person,
high.
right?
Yes.
And the polyphysic, at the same time he wants to do so many things.
Hmm.
This person does not delegate the work, right?
Exactly.
He is always having deadlines, right? Always gunning for deadlines. He will not sleep till he doesn't finish that work, right?
Workaholics.
Work alcoholics, right?
Yes.
So this is a type A person.
Right.
Right sort of formula, this thing for having a heart attack, early heart attack, right?
Right. And so we need to really step inside.
So ego is the main cause, right?
Ego is the
That
main
second
cause.
thing is jealousy, hatred. So type A behavior and jealousy.
Jealousy also
These are
comes
two, negative mental tendencies of ego. And then each one of these two, they can have 10 more, right?
Right.
Each one of them.
Right.
Similarly,
So, doctor, does jealousy also stem from competition?
competition, comparison.
Right.
Yes.
That I want to be ahead of that person.
Yes.
And that person, how come I worked as hard as that person worked, and why am I not getting the result, and why is that person
should
getting the
not
promotion?
cross me.
Yes.
I am at the top, let me be at the top.
Right.
That person should not cross me.
So, what is a healthy alternative of these
Yeah,
attitudes?
I'll come to that. First I think we should finish this. Finish this.
Yes.
Then there comes the attachment.
Attachment.
Attachment has got two again, siblings, you can say.
Yeah.
One is anxiety and one is fear.
Yes.
When you have attachment to something, any human being, your child, your wife, your husband, your mother,
What
your
if I
father,
lose them?
What will happen to me?
Yeah. What if I lose
Suppose
them?
my son has not, he's been to school and he doesn't come by 1, but time to come to the home is 1, bus comes at, it's 1:30.
Right. But we say attachment is love, doctor. We say
No,
attachment is caring.
Attachment is not caring. Attachment is a deformed form of
Caring.
right? Right?
Because something which makes me so anxious.
It leads to bondages, right?
Yes.
It becomes a bondage.
Bondage.
Both feel hurt, both
Yes.
feel bonded.
I understand. Like, doctor, if the child is not well and I am attached to the child, how am I going to help the child recover?
So, a nurse can take care of 60 patients, 60 children in the ward.
Yes.
When I was working I had my posting in the pediatric ward during my internship, that there was a nurse who used to, in my duty hours, she was a lean and thin nurse.
Okay.
And we had 60 children in the ward, right? She will go to the ward and give medicines to
All the 60.
all the 60 without shouting.
Right.
And I used to appreciate her.
Yeah.
That, you're such a nice sister. You just don't sort of cry. You don't sort of, no, doctor, I am not like that.
In fact, doctor.
I've got one daughter. She just 1 year or so, and I have to beat her.
Oh, see, the same thing. She can handle 60 of
60
them.
in the ward.
But that one
with
child at home.
Smiling.
Yes.
Because she's not attached to them.
Yeah.
She's caring for them.
Yeah.
Giving medicines with a smile, with love.
With a lot
and in
of
the
love.
home, whom she is attached, she doesn't listen, she beats.
She beats. Because
A 1-year-old child.
Oh, what just
cries and shouts.
Right. In fact, even for doctors, it is said, doctor, that they operate on everybody, but when it's a family member,
They become tense.
see how attachment can just
Injure,
really
So anxiety and
paralyze you.
fear, right? These are the two offsprings of
Attachment.
Right?
Siblings, like
Siblings,
you said.
can say. And then they have so many other tendencies. Right? Now, similarly, greed. Greed has got two siblings.
Right.
One is suspicious behavior and one is assuming behavior. When you become greedy, greed for money, greed for name and fame.
Yes.
When they then start suspecting each other.
Right.
Suppose, right? Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Assuming. Then they start assuming that this person
In
is
fact, I also start thinking, is this person plotting against me?
Yes.
Yes.
That is called a schizoid nature. That ultimately leads to schizophrenia.
Right. So true. Yes.
And then you can have lots of aspects of this suspicious and assuming behavior.
In fact, doctor, suspicion is become such a common thing for the youth today, and that's why the relationships also get affected so much.
Marriages are breaking.
Yes.
The relationships are breaking.
They are totally. For the youth, it has really become, and also we see programs on TV which are really endorsing the fear and the suspicion in the youth.
What is the whole thing manifesting in the society and causing all the problems?
Right.
All the depression, anxiety, phobias, and delusions, hallucinations. Young ones are getting so much affected.
Can you tell us, doctor, a little bit about assuming behavior? Like
we assume, we say something about someone, that this person, yes, she is behaving like this, he is behaving like this. We start assuming he is like that.
Okay, we label that person.
I label that person like this. I saw something on television.
Yes.
So I assume that person must be doing the same thing behind me.
Yes.
Yes, same way. Yeah, he is doing the same thing with me.
Right. Even in youth, we have this thing of labeling somebody as, oh, he's a loser. This one is really good.
Yes.
She is very intelligent. He is dumb.
Yeah.
And that actually affects your identity. If you have built it around the outer, periphery, then that affects that as well.
So this is very common with the youth. This is all very common because I as a person, as a doctor, as a cardiologist, when I get people with heart attacks, young people, 25-year-old young boy, even unmarried. And just passed out from a medical school or a IT or a computer engineering or something. He has come out and had a heart attack.
Right.
He was not even got a job.
And he got a heart attack.
You can imagine. And then you go into the history of these people, you take the history, then you find out all these things happening in that person. You ask the parents, yes, my child is like this, his behavior is like this. He has that cynicism, he has this behavior, they tell us.
Right. So we come to this, that the more I relate to the outer world, the more there's uncertainty, and the more I keep shaking all the time with the up, downs and the highs and the lows.
Another thing which is causing a lot of harm to the youth is anger.
Yes, and anger is like, we are like, I cannot work without anger.
Yes. People have taken anger as a way of life.
Yes.
They take it as common thing, you know. Very essential for whole.
Yes, and anger at a simple thing like we have traffic jams nowadays.
Yes.
So that's more than enough to just trigger me becoming really angry.
Yes, but anger also similarly, anger also has two siblings.
Yes.
Cynicism and hostility.
Okay.
Cynicism is finding fault with others.
With others.
I don't see my faults, I see
faults in everything. So they need to change.
Like in
I
friends,
am okay.
in my relationships, I see faults.
Right.
You know, and then like, you know, just like where there's a person, like swan-eyed person, like swan, you know, there's this pebbles around, and there's a one
pearl. Yes. And
then he looks only at the pearl, and takes the pearl.
And takes the pearl.
And the stork, there are 99 pearls, and there's only one worm.
Yes.
Right? He looks only at the worm and takes that worm. So today the human beings have become like that because of anger, attitude of anger. They look at the deficiencies, at the bad qualities in others, and faults in others, and do not look at the qualities. So we have all become stalk-eyed.
Yes,
right.
And we have heard this even when we were, you know, small, that you should always look at the qualities. But we are constantly blaming somebody or the other. For our problems. We are blaming somebody for the way I am feeling. This happens with the youth all the time. Today I am not feeling well. Even our Facebook views, if it goes down a little bit, I am not feeling good today.
Not good.
Yes.
Not feel like eating today.
I don't feel like eating today.
Yes.
Right.
That is what is happening. So cynicism and hostility. Hostility is revengeful behavior. You must have heard young children going and shooting in the school, hitting the parents, hitting the teachers. Right. Revengeful behavior.
Revengeful, hostile, very rebellious behavior.
Rebellious behavior. This is a very poisonous behavior. Very poisonous. When you have this type of hostile behavior, actually lots of chemicals, hormones come out from the endocrines and the brain system, and then your whole system is always under pressure.
Always.
True. And then last one.
Yes.
Which is again, you must be hearing lots of stories, lot of nirbhayas today. Daily newspaper, daily television, this is what is
getting promoted. Our films.
So this is all lust, right?
Right.
Lust is, and there again two things happen because of lust. The lust leads to laziness and carelessness.
Okay. Yes. Lust leads to carelessness.
Who have lust, they are careless about the society norms, and they are lazy by nature.
Okay.
Right. So this is what is leading to these 5 vices, 10 negative mental tendencies, and then they have 10 each.
Right. So they have their
more than 100, right? So this is how the human consciousness, mind is being infested with these things.
Yes.
And that is what is leading to all the diseases of mind and body.
Right. So on that note, Doctor, we will have to end the show for today. But nevertheless, again, we got a lot of clarity on, the 5 vices and how the 10 manifestation in our attitude that happens because of them. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. We hope that you have really enjoyed today's episode and that you could understand few things that are affecting our attitude because of the wrong consciousness that we have of who I am. I relate to either my body, the roles, or the material self, the outer self, which is constantly changing. We will be discussing this further in the next episode. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.